game that is going to attract a lot of attention, going to, get the hook of anybody a lot. Chelsea than Arsenal. It's another weekend for football loving fans. Football loving fans, it's another weekend. Games ebekoso. And what are some of the games here? Because it is going to have impact on some of the leagues here. Now let's get into the English Premier League. What are some of the games here? People are looking up to say then after those particular games. Leagues and attraction because you see, football is something that you can't always predict it correctly. That is why a bit me say some way kakra. But then we all know say Manchester City against Leeds die. Sabudi Bantoto Okuyo Mantaka Kari Koko Manchester City a bit me so then atimi afa and go on then and so atafri ho. Now game that is going to attract a lot of attention, going to get the hook of anybody a lot. Chelsea than Arsenal. Now, why Chelsea and Arsenal? You know, when these two teams are meeting, they are becoming like they all have strength in the English Premier League, right? Yes, and Rebecca said for the past few years now, but these two teams, almost try so almost better than able to ball modding. Now let's get into the game. Chelsea and Arsenal. I didn't see them for February. Say the results that is going to pan out in that particular game. Now, these are some of the reasons. Magdin Kiakacha will say, I'm coming. Magdin Kiakacha will say, Chelsea, ni position our dano, and your baby or pet so better honor because say Chelsea man and anya dia. There's a top 4 no bonus on Eden, eba pre home, or bet me a pre one son and next season, what's Imania Jofa Champions League and Atimiako. And even he's still in the race on so bet me a fight to say, Obaka Copper Trophy in Eden, Archie, but Eddie, Minumi say, Eddie say ate. You understand? Eddie say ade. Now let's come to this. Arsenal, Chelsea, people are talking about it because of Manchester City. Now let me give you the top 5 teams here. Almost all league table, no English Premier League, so Arsenal with 61 points, and Omodidi kind. Manchester City on the second position, with 56 points. Aston Villa third position with 51 good points. Now Manchester United on the 4th position, and so 48 points. 5th position, Chelsea. And then only Arsenal on the 1st position. Chelsea is also having 45 points. Now let's get into it. Manchester City being 2nd position, they are having 56 points. But don't forget, say Arsenal has played 28 matches, and TNA Arsenal about 28 matches. Manchester City about 27 matches. It means that Arsenal game na obebono no still. Obana say Arsenal so bought in the next game. Now say Arsenal about 29 games here. Manchester City is still having outstanding game to play. Manchester City is still having an outstanding game to be played. You get me right? And it is a Chelsea ni Arsenal be share ochina. It means that not only Arsenal fans, not only Chelsea fans, but then a lot of people that they know Arsenal cannot win this little issue. And we are back. Let's continue. Now we're talking about the Arsenal and Chelsea game and also which is also including Manchester City story because of the title race that English Premier Leagues are also fighting for. Now let's get into the game aside the battle between Manchester City and Arsenal. You know that in Kofobi game we say a tough game, but Arsenal for also Tenasia they don't see this game say a tough game. Say Arsenal for Tenasia. They don't really see this game say a tough game because they have about the battle between Manchester City and Arsenal, and now Chelsea is also in the talking line because of them playing against Arsenal this weekend. Now let's continue. Some people see this game to be a tough game, but Arsenal fans and Arsenal they don't see this game say a tough game sir at the moment because of they think some records be or more and also an 80 mil. Now, you share the past 4 games here, these two teams, abo. Who share the past 4 games here, these two teams, abo. Chelsea last 4 games here, abo. Against Burnley, no, about draw. Against Hull City, and winning 4-0. Now obo Leeds ebo draw. Chelsea against Leeds obo 2-2 draw. And Chelsea against Wolves or winning, which means that in the last 4 games Chelsea are winning 2 and our draw 2. Now looking at the goals, let me come from Arsenal before we look at their scoring ability and how their tactics goes like. Now Arsenal in his last 4 games Arsenal bought Tottenham and was 4-1. Arsenal bebo Wolves ebo 2-2. Arsenal against Brentford ebo 1-1. So it means that we show in the last games Arsenal winning 3 and our draw 2. That is the story. I don't say it's me. Now let's look at these two sides. So show me how their matches goes and in favor each one. Now since 2022, we games here Arsenal able in the last, let's say in the last 7, 6, 8 games here against Chelsea. No, Arsenal is always on top of Chelsea because Obeke and the friendly game against Chelsea, Chelsea 4-0. From there, EP against Chelsea, Ocean 1. Next game, Arsenal go home. That's the return. Okobo Chelsea 1-0. No, Obo home about Chelsea 3-1. It tells you say Arsenal share Chelsea of late year. Arsenal said and was look at Chelsea. Now the other season, Arsenal against Chelsea. Chelsea fee Stamford Bridge. Omobo 2-2. Chelsea called Arsenal home. Arsenal gave them 5 strong strokes. Arsenal bomu 5-0. That is 2024 season. Chelsea won 1 home. Arsenal went to Chelsea home, and in that game they play 1-1. On 60th minute, Branty FN said Martinelli enya a goal edema Arsenal. That was the first goal in the game. And 10 minutes later, and Branty FN said Pedro Neto and Subenya the equalizer edema Chelsea. And that was the only goal so it's me a PO game no more. Now instead the idea be if you are looking at the results I made amount now, you could just take note. More over 0.5 over 1.5. Take note of this and know where you are also going. Now, before we continue again, let me give you this one. After that 1-1 game, Arsenal SN call return game. Chelsea home. Then Arsenal went ahead and scored 1 goal against Chelsea. Chelsea and Timiante. Wabra Chelsea echo Arsenal home. Then the next season, Chelsea home. And Arsenal call here, and in that game it was very beautiful game. It attracted a lot of viewers. Say you could see a lot of people watched that particular game. And so in the first 7 minutes, they can rise. Says Dima Ben White, first goal, Edima Arsenal. Arsenal call Chelsea home, it was Stamford Bridge. But a lot of people think say Arsenal and Chelsea share. I had 2 big game, Edima Arsenal. Charlie. Just look at the stats now. Then Ben White, enya that goal, Edima Arsenal. Second half, 49 minutes, Edna Gyökeres, enya second goal, Edima Arsenal. Victor Gyökeres, enya second goal, Edima Arsenal. Chelsea home, not Chelsea, Antimi and Shebi. Then they started doing changes. Leandro Garnacho, enya benya first goal, Edima Chelsea. And what home was Stamford Bridge. And you could clearly see, that game, though Chelsea played, but then Arsenal they were sharp. Chelsea played, and you say they are normal the game new diagro, but Arsenal they were sharp. Now Zubimendi ebenya 3rd goal Edima Arsenal on the 71st minute, and Chelsea, Charlie 83rd minute Chelsea had an 80 ebetenika. Let me give you the last 2, then we jot more into it. Now to sum everything up. Because of time factor, no. Arsenal and Chelsea share bebrebe o machia since 2022, no. Chelsea ain't mean share Arsenal. Get that very clear. Chelsea ain't mean share Arsenal, and if you have any start, you just say Chelsea dominating Arsenal in this recent time. Let me know. It's not like I'm supporting Arsenal, no, because me I know it's Arsenal. I'm in the league, no. Me. I know. Arsenal, it will be very difficult for them to win this particular season, the EPL. But then looking at the stats, nothing seems very possible for Arsenal to lose. But let me tell you, I still have a feeling that things can change. Chelsea meeting Arsenal in this particular game, no, a very heat. In the Arsenal front also, though you have a statistics say favor mo goals margin. Into the more mobile corner, Charlie, Mubetimia, no my no win or draw for Arsenal. Win or draw for Arsenal because it is going to be very tough for us. Going into this game now, Arsenal against Chelsea, the best to acquire a win or draw for Arsenal. Say, okay, game woman, I have beliefs that things can change, but then looking at the start, and then when you're feeling and saying, my feeling is different from the reality and the start. I'm talking to you. Go for win or draw for Arsenal. Bedin say Chelsea ko Arsenal home akwa kwahye no. Edin say Chelsea ko Arsenal home akwahye no. We know say Arsenal there league na nkasa agide ontimi nje. Ono e ka 2 games na wa win krompa. What be che? Arsenal ntimi win this league no. Timuma yehu ni aye. Let's know what we're doing here. Arsenal against Chelsea this weekend. Let me know your prediction. If you think Arsenal can win or Chelsea can win, who do you support? Here is Maxi Empire. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and comment.